First impressions, I like it, but I think unless you're gonna go meet the guests and do loads of the Q&As, I think the main reason to come here is to spend money. Hello peasants of YouTube, welcome to another That's Just Joe video. My name's Joe and I went to my first ever London Film Comic Con by Showmasters at the Olympia this weekend. Now it took place over Saturday and Sunday. I went on the Saturday only. Kind of regretting that, and I'll get more into that in a minute. But overall, I had a really good time. I think my expectations were a little bit too high, but overall, had a good time in London Comic Con. Now, just to go over why I might have been a little bit disappointed, is because stupidly, I thought this was the San Diego Comic Con of the UK, and it wasn't. I think that's in fact MCM. That's the biggest one. It takes place in the biggest sort of venue in Europe, so I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest, so I set myself up for disappointment. Basically, it is big, it is huge, this place, but it didn't feel like there was enough to do. Now, obviously, I was going to look at collectibles because I like to update my collection of Star Wars, Doctor Who, Batman, DC, Marvel, as much as possible, and that's why I was going there to visit the stalls and everything, which were fantastic. But I was hoping there was more to do in terms of experiences and everything. There were free Q&As, there were like cosplay competitions, you know, showcasing their costumes. So there was some bits to do. You can meet actors, get your autograph signed. Some were cheap, some were very expensive, like Matt Smith. You know, you could do a photo shoot with him and all this and get an autograph, but it was very expensive. But there's people like Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, other actors from other shows and films that were a lot cheaper, but I'm not into that anyway. I'm not into collecting autographs and doing photo shoots and Q&As really. But I did go to one Q&A and it was a bit of a last minute decision. Just went back to the hotel and had a little rest, but I saw there were still tickets to go and watch Matt Smith do his talk, so decided to go and watch it. I lined up for like an hour and I managed to get a seat with a good view, and yeah, the main man came on stage. He gave some great answers to stuff. Some of the audience questions were very funny, some of them a bit weird, but overall it was a different experience for me seeing Matt Smith in the flesh. Very weird because he's one of my favourite doctors, and it was just really cool to see him interact with the audience. And I have to say, he's a really good talker, and the fact he was trying to get loads of children in the audience involved and ask questions was fantastic. He's great with kids and everything. But yeah, overall, I liked the Q&A experience. I'll probably do that more if I ever go again to something like this, or this particular one. I know it's coming back in the spring, so I might give it a try again, and I might do the whole weekend next time. Now, that was one of the disappointing factors for me. I went when there was hardly any guests. It seems like the Sunday, the last day of the cons, is when most of the guests, there's more guests basically. Like on Sunday, there was Jodie Whittaker, David Tennant, I think Matt Smith again, Jamie Campbell-Bower, the guy that plays Vecna basically in Stranger Things, was there both days, and I actually saw him when I was walking through the con. Jamie Campbell-Bower just walked past me, but just ignored me. I have to say, I think one of the highlights for me was seeing all the different interesting cosplay and puppets, especially. One of my favourite puppets, probably the only puppet I actually saw, was Beaker from Muppets. And I was so excited to meet him. The guy that did that work and the other puppets, the person there, did a really great job, and it was very exciting. That was when I was like, oh, I'm starstruck, you know, forget Matt Smith, Beaker, whoa. But talking about more of the main event itself, which is basically shops, you know, stalls selling collectibles, all sorts of things. I really enjoyed meeting people at these stalls. There was a guy there who ran a stall who actually runs a shop where I live, and it was quite weird seeing him in London out of all places. And I was like, yeah, of course he would be here. But, you know, there were so many stalls, so many collectibles. I'm quite surprised with what I got, and I'll show you right now what I bought. So at Comic Con, I got a Dr. Fate action figure. I thought it looked pretty good on my DC shelf over there. I've still not seen Black Adam, but he looks really cool, and I've heard cool things about him, so had to get him. He was like 12 quid, and he was already loose, so that was a bargain for me. So I'm a huge collector of the Star Wars Black series, specifically more for The Force Awakens, The Mandalorian, and Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show. So I've been concentrating on that for my collection. I got Darth Vader from Comic Con from Obi-Wan Kenobi for about £22, which I thought was a bargain. I got Migs Mayfeld, the Bill Burr person everyone hates. He was 15, but he was £9 on Forbidden Planet, so I was a bit gutted because I went to Forbidden Planet the day after. And I also got Axe Woves, so that completes my free Mandalorians from Season 2. Which is great. There was also a Star Wars Black Series like stall on its own, and it had literally everything. So the two things I got from there was this Princess Leia. She was about £5, so that's going to look good with the Force Awakens collection. And then this, even though it's more, I think it's it is Force Awakens. This Kylo Ren collector's edition of the Black Series comes in this beautiful box, and if you open it up, oh, look at that. So it comes with Kylo Ren unmasked, and the hilt of the lightsaber comes with the ignited lightsaber, comes with his helmet, of course, comes with the burnt Darth Vader helmet, which I was very excited to get, but I was mostly excited to get the First Order flag, which looked good on the Star Wars collection shelf. Some of the other bits I got from Comic-Con was this Funko Pop Batman, Ben Affleck. He was only £10. I've been trying to find this. I'm trying to collect all the Batmans in live action in Funko Pop form. Not a huge collector of Funko Pops, but there's odd ones, I like. I got this one from my fiance for Valentine's Day, which is cool. But really lucky to find this. I'm trying to find Christian Bale as Batman, but apparently he's very rare. And that's the great thing when you go to these stores and everything. You get to find out more about the merchandise and collectibles you're trying to find, how rare they are, where you could find them potentially. So we got Ben, but we need Christian next. Random purchase, but there was like a costume stall, and they had some really fantastic Star Wars replica helmets. But they had this Grogu that you can attach to your shoulder, and I did for a little bit walking around Comic-Con, and I felt a bit left out of the cosplays, so I got him. He was like a tenner. With that baby Grogu, I also got a free Poe Dameron mask because, well, it was the only one they had, actually. Does this make me more attractive, or just attractive in general? Watch my Moon Knight impression. I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams. I think that's pretty bang on, to be honest. I also got this awesome print of David Tennant as the 14th Doctor in his first moments, saying what. Obviously there was Artist Alley, there was loads of artists and people making their own stuff, but I got this, and I'm so sorry, but I've lost the guy's card. And if I do find it or remember his name, I'll put it at the bottom screen now. But I got this and a few Doctor Who badges of the Doctors as well. Really cool stuff, this. And that's what I loved about Comic-Con, was just meeting artists and talking to them about how they started and what they like to draw and what they're going to do next, and if they do commissions. So it's really nice chatting to people in that instance. So I went to Forbidden Planet as well. You have to, when you go to Comic-Con, you have to go to London Forbidden Planet. And I did pick up a few things. I actually got Grogu, Star Wars Black Series, with his floating crib, I guess, and been wanting this for a while, so that's going to look good on the display. I also got these two retro superpower Kenner McFarlane toys things. So I've got Batman in his standard costume, and I got the Batman Who Laughs, and they're both going to go above my Detective Comics poster there. Just waiting for another release of another Batman variant, basically. And then I also got another Batman thing, and it's Batman Classic TV series Adam West unmasked. I've got Batman and Robin already, just need the Batmobile, and just wanted to get this because he was $9.99. He was very cheap. I think the holy grail for me and my fiance was this Spider-Man Funko Pop. It's the Blacklight edition. Can't believe we found it, and it came in this beautiful box, in its pop box as well, but with a t-shirt that she could wear as well. And I haven't got it on me right now. It's actually in the shelf with the other Blacklight collectibles, but we're very happy to find this. We've been trying to find this for a while now. So very, very happy to find it at Comic-Con. So overall experience, yes, it was really good. I know what to expect next time I go to this particular one, and I'm definitely going to take a bigger bag because I had to pay storage price of 30 quid to put stuff away, so I could go around London and go to Forbidden Planet the next day and everything. But apart from that, the experience was great. I'll definitely do it again, but I will do the whole weekend next time. And if you're about to do it for the first time and you go into this particular one, my advice is take your own lunch. Don't buy anything there, food and drink. It's so expensive. Just go to Tesco down the road, literally 5 minutes, buy a meal deal, take that in, you're fine. I have to say, all the crew of Showmasters, all the security and staff did a fantastic job. They were so helpful and made you feel very comfortable entering and exiting the building. They were just all helpful when you had a question, so thank you so much. It was really well organised. And the only thing I would say is your expectations. Keep them quite low. You're only going to spend about 4 hours there, unless you go into the Q&As later and everything. But you can pop out of the venue go and visit somewhere else and come back. And that's the beauty of it, is that you can go in and go out. You don't have to hang around for the whole day. And that's exactly what I did. I was there for a couple of hours in the morning, had a rest, and then came back for the Q&A. And yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. I'm poor as anything now, but I'm very happy to have updated my collection, as I just showed you. And yeah, I would definitely go again. I'm going to try MCM next time, but I do have an exciting one I'm going to very soon, and that's Star Wars Celebration, and I'm definitely going to make some content around that. If you went to LFCC, let me know in the comments below, what did you think? Overall, again, I enjoyed it. Have you got any questions if you're going for the first time? It's coming back in spring. And any general Comic-Con questions, let me know in the comments. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And may the Force be with you. So, this isn't a film, but I always say that. And I just...